there. In this video, we'll start to talk about options, chapter 15. No mini exercise associated with this video. Let's get into it. Before we do, I would strongly recommend taking a look at some background information on options. The Khan Academy website is a great example of that. I'll post a link in the description of the video and also to Blackboard. But let's get started. So we'll just provide a very basic overview of stock options and how investing in options works. Options are a kind of derivative. So a derivative, its value depends on the value of some other investment, right? The underlying stock is the value, is what the options value depends on. Futures contracts and forward contracts, right? Those are other kinds of derivatives where, like an oil futures contract, the value of the futures investment depends on the value of the underlying oil. But let's talk about options. So a call option gives us, if I own a call option, I have the right, but not the obligation to buy a share of stock, for example, at a specified price over a specified time period. And a put option gives me the right to sell something at a specified price or over a specified time period. So if I own an option, a call option, I have the option to buy it. So that's a long position in an option. If I write an option or sell an option, I agree to give the counterparty, the person I'm selling the option, to buy the share of stock for me if they so choose, right? So if I'm short an option, if I write a call option to someone and they exercise it, I have to sell them the stock, right? They say, okay, I exercise my call option to buy a share of stock. If I'm short the option, I have to sell the stock to them, right? If I write a put option, if I sell the option to someone else to sell a share of stock and they exercise it, I'm obliged to buy the stock back from them. So let's take a look at how options work with an actual option. So we'll look at options for companies that's been in the news lately. Gilead Sciences is developing a drug that's promising possibly for coronavirus. Gilead Sciences, guess the ticker? Guess it. GILD. Gilead Sciences. So Gilead stock price is currently $80 a share. Let's look at the option chain. You click on options. We'll see a bunch of different call options, and a couple features that define options are the stock price. We saw that for Gilead. There's an exercise price, the agreed upon price, that's called the strike price. And then there's a time until the options expire. Let's look at that for Gilead. There's some options that expire on April 24th in a couple days. Let's move ahead a little bit to maybe May 15th, some longer dated options. And then you see here's the strike, these different call options, and then the price of the associated call options. Let's go down, and so right around here is right where the stock price currently is. These options tend to be the most liquid. Let's actually look at a call option with a strike price of $100. All right, so this call option here, it costs $1.23. Gives us the option to buy a share of Gilead stock for $100 a share until May 15th. So why would you agree to buy? Why would you want the option to buy a share of Gilead stock for $100 if you can get it today for only $80, right? Now that's a good question. Let's do a little graph to see why, right? So if I bought a call option for Gilead Sciences with a strike price of $100, if I buy a call option, that means, well, I think maybe the price is going to go up to $100 or more over the next month or so, right? So let's make the exercise price the strike price. There's the strike price. I own that call option, right? And then the price starts at $80. And then suppose over the next few weeks, the drug does promising, and on the day the option expires, right, the stock price is $100, $120, excuse me. So in this case, right, if I owned a call option with a strike price of $100 and the stock was currently worth $120 in the market, I'm making money on this option investment. What I would do at the option's expiration date is exercise the option, right? Say, okay, I'm going to buy Gilead stock from the counterparty for $100 a share, and then I could turn around and sell it in the market for $120 a share, right? So my payoff on this option investment would be $20. $20. I'm trying to write there. Okay. So if, on the other hand, I bought a Gilead option, and suppose the stock price never got up above $100 a share. It ended right about at the same level, about $80 a share. Right? My call option to buy a share of Gilead stock for $100 isn't worth all that much now, right? I shouldn't exercise the option at this point in time, because why would I exercise the option to buy something for $100 when its market price as at the time of the option's expiration is only $80? So I should just choose to do nothing and let the option expire worthless. Now, let's take a quick look at how option payoffs are a little more carefully. Just one note on American versus European options, right? European options are set up such that they can only be exercised at the time the option expires, on the expiration date. Whereas American style options, you can exercise them anytime over the period that until they expire. So let's take a quick look at a long call option payoff. Right. So in our example, in the first example where the stock price ended at $120 and we had an option with a strike price of $100, the option's payoff was $20, right? And then in the example we just did, right, we wouldn't exercise an option when the ending stock price is less than the exercise price, less than the stock price. So we shouldn't exercise an option like that. And so the payoff from that option, if we do nothing, is just zero. Right? So there's some lower bound for how much the payoff will be for an option if we own it. And that's zero for a call option if we own it. And then the profitability of the option is a function of the payoff, right, this first term, and then how much we paid for it. So if you remember back, the current price for that call option with a strike price of $100 was $1.23. Right? So suppose in the first scenario, when the stock price went up to $120 and we made our payoff was $20, our profit and loss on that option investment would be $20 minus the $1.23 that we paid for it. So I think that comes out to about $18.77, right? So in this video, we took a brief look at options, and in the next one, we'll talk more about option payoffs for puts and calls, and profitability and losses for calls and puts. All right? So see you in the next video. Thanks.